I mean, you have to ask this to Chancellor Scholz or to Prime Minister Kurti if they want to talk about it.
But for many weeks now, we've been talking about the French-German proposal.
Yes, I know.
Mr. Sarrazin. And you're the German part of the proposal. So what do the Kosovo and Serbia people have to know about this proposal?
Well, I mean, there's a huge debate about this in Kosovo, and there's also a debate in Serbia about that. I wouldn't say that I'm the German part of the so-called franko-German proposal. Everybody is forgetting that 3 guys were going down there to talk about this, and do never forget about European Union's role and Miro Lajčák, who I think is also having quite a grip on this process. Usually in the region, you love to have something with Berlin or Paris, but then the European institutions are sometimes forgotten, but from time to time they're more important or more decisive than the region recognizes. I think that, I know it's difficult if, there's some proposals and some called leaks and a lot of debate what might be on the paper, and then, politicians are not concrete on. I think it's not sensible to have a public debate now about like what might be the right or the wrong text, and if this is right or this is wrong. I think that this initiative has shown to be helpful. Whatever will be the outcome, it is clear that this debate is having a sense, and that it's helpful, I think, for the process itself, but also for the other processes between Kosovo and Serbia and in the region.
But the debate is going on, Mr. Sarrazin, without knowing what's in the text, because should it be Germany and France that propose such an agreement, the ones that publish, or should it be Kosovo and Serbia leaders that tell their people what's in the proposal and what discuss with the opposition, with people on what are the elements of the proposed agreement?
I think that the decisive point is that both sides are getting more clear and concrete what is their strategic aim overall, not only within the dialogue, but with the future of the 2 countries. And sometimes somebody has to make a proposal so that others have to also elaborate on what they share and what perhaps they don't share. And for this, I think it's really, really helpful.
Have you got any feedback from other Kosovo or Serbia about your proposal?
My proposal?
Germany's proposal.
Well,
Germany's and France's proposal.
Well, I wouldn't talk about if I had, right?
Why wouldn't you?
Because it would be stupid to tell it to you. I would make an own press conference if I want to publish it.
Yeah, no, I'm not asking about the agreement as such. I'm just saying if Kosovo and Serbia are like giving their feedback on what they think about the agreement.
Well, the process is not handled by me personally. So what I hear is that it would be stupid to tell it to you.
So we're not going to talk about the elements like Kosovo getting to UN is your proposal?
I will just make some not concrete blah blah answers to all of this and trying to not answer. We can play this game also, of course, but yeah.
So nothing about 5 countries recognizing Kosovo from EU?
I would not make any sensible comment where you can read out what might be or might be not.
Is there a time frame on how long will you wait, Germany and France and the EU itself, from Kosovo and Serbia to reach an agreement? Is there a momentum going on which politicians in Kosovo talk about? The war in Ukraine and the possible elections, the elections in US also. Is there a time frame in which you think, as Germany, that it would be a right time to reach an agreement?
Well, the time frame is that since Brussels agreement we are talking about steps forward, and it was achieved not as much as we hoped and expected, but of course we saw some progress the last months, especially due to Miro Lajčák's work. And just currently we see also problematic issues like number plates, for example, energy in the north. And I think it's important that we have to have this project, this process also delivering, otherwise earlier or later it will be senseless itself. And this is setting time pressure without a clear time frame, I think.
Is Chancellor Scholz going to be, let's say, personally involved in trying to push forward for an agreement between Kosovo and Serbia?
I mean, he is personally involved for the region, which you recognize, of course, not only on his travel but also in his statements on different occasions. And I'm sure that tomorrow it will be also quite clear again that this is a region which is situated in his heart and in the heart of whole German government, if the government has one.
A heart.
Yes, a heart. I mean.
Okay. So we might hear something from Chancellor Scholz tomorrow about his expectation, let's say, about Kosovo, Serbia.
About the European path of the region, for sure. I mean, he was quite clear on that in the past. In the future, but you know, we also have this press codex that you should not explain what the Chancellor will say before he said it, because then the headlines will be not after he talked, but before he had the speech.
Then he wouldn't hold his press conference at all.
Exactly.
Okay, I see that you don't want to talk about the agreement. Let's talk about other things like the pressing issues. There's a new time frame for those license plates. Prime Minister Kurti ordered to phase out of the car plates in certain periods of time. So right now, Kosovo Police is issuing, I don't know how to call them in English, but they're telling people that you shouldn't be having those car plates, and from 21st of November they're going to issue fines, money fines. What's your stance about that? Germany's stance?
We are quite aligned with what the European Union is saying on that, and we are in all these questions on the dialogue always standing behind Miro Lajčák and the European Union's position. We are a member state of the European Union, and we know really well when it's the right moment to align as one member to the guys who are dealing with that on our all behalf, and this is Miro Lajčák and the European level.
I'm afraid that there might be tensions. What needs to be done in order to avoid tensions that we've seen last July?
Well, I mean, first is political will to not have them. And second is being aware of that even other actors might try to make some trouble to have some, situation nobody perhaps even wants being created. And the political will to not have tensions, of course, needs preconditions on both sides. So the German position is like the European Union's position. Kosovo has the legal right to do so. And there was a long talking in the dialogue, which was not successful. And we think that Serbia didn't deliver enough on there. But principled right should be held. Sometimes it's also clever in politics to be flexible in the right moment. So to have principled flexibility. And I think this is what we need.
So the request is for at least 10 to 12 months more time for local Serbs to convert their license plates to